Hello YouTube, this is Brolic Beast, just showing you guys a quick update of the theater, both gear wise, as far as equipment goes and the output. So yeah, the system is a 5.2 system, which means they're the left, center, right, subwoofer 1, right surround, left surround, subwoofer 2. This right here is the SVS PB13 Ultra. It's a monster 13.5-inch woofer right here. The bass is ridiculous. I know it might be hard to see. Yeah, it's impossible to see. But yeah, this thing is a monster. This is the sub that I couple with the second sub, which I'll show you. So, alright, this is the second woofer right here. This is an Infinity PS12. It has a 12-inch woofer. And so that plus the SVS over in the corner, those are my primary sources for low frequency. Yes. Also, a quick word on the subs. Having the subwoofers in opposing corners, it's a best practice when it comes to home theaters because that's how you get the best balance. Placing them in opposing corners and running an audio calibration setup such as Odyssey, or I know Pioneer uses MACC, doing that, and it makes sure that you get the absolute best bass response in your room. If you have 4 subs, then it gets a little different. You want to put them in the middle of each wall if you have 4 subs. But if you have 2 subs, then you make sure you put them in opposing corners. So in this case, the processor has 2 sub outputs, so I was able to just have the 2 subs, and the good thing about it is it actually equalizes each sub separately. So, some processors, you just get a Y cable and then it treats both subs as the same sub. They both get the same settings, which is not good because they're not in the same exact spot. So that messes things up. So yeah, having them equalized separately is a great improvement. Believe me, it sounds so smooth. And this is the remote that controls everything. This is the Harmony 1100 remote. It's programmed to do essentially anything. I have watch Blu-ray, watch TV, play Xbox 360, Apple TV, so on and so forth. You program it via computer, plug it in USB, and you're set to go. This over here is a Sonos controller. Sonos allows you to control digital music throughout your entire house. So just to give you guys perspective, the theater's up here in the front, and right behind it is the equipment room. So this is the brains of everything. This is where everything goes down. The gear is as follows. This is the Oppo BDP93 Blu-ray player. It's a spectacular Blu-ray player, HDMI 1.4, network connected. You can stream Netflix, and you can stream Blockbuster and a number of other streaming services. This is the Panamax AB5300. Spectacular power conditioner. It really does a good job. If you take a look at the back here, you can see it has very robust connections, and I can honestly say after I got this, I noticed an increase in audio quality just by plugging back then I was using a receiver into this, so it's really good. The Oppo BP93, this is the wireless dongle that comes with it. With this, that's how you access the online streaming services. So it's actually pretty awesome because with the previous model, it didn't come with that. It was a $99 edition, so I'm pretty excited that they included that. This is the Integra DHC 80.2. This is a monster of a processor right here. I mean a monster of a processor. This thing is so powerful, and its connections are robust You have options for everything. You have a total of 8 HDMI inputs. You have the RCA and the XLR outputs. Right now I have the XLRs outputting to the amp right below it. Yeah, it's the newest edition, and it has me the most excited. And I've definitely noticed an increase in sound quality. My previous processor was actually an old, not old, but a receiver from '09, which is a Denon AVR 4310. This blows that out of the water as far as processor goes. I mean, it's amazing. Down here is the amp, the eMotiva XPA5. This is also amazing. I mean, if you hear me say everything is amazing, it's because I put so much research into collecting the gear, and I'm so glad when research comes to fruition and you get it and it lives up to exactly what you expect it to. So we look back here. Yeah, these are the amps. It's called XPA5 because there are 5 connections. So the speakers are connected on the bottom. The XLRs from the processor up here are connected down here. Now the supporting gear. There is an Apple TV right there. There's a laptop that I use as a, computer that's connected to the Mitsubishi HC7000. This is a 1080p projector. It's actually one of Home Theater Magazine's top picks in 2009. It's a great performer. It's expensive, but you get what you pay for. It has spectacular performance. Under that, the Sonos. I can't live without my Sonos. This is connected to the controller I showed you earlier. This is the RF dongle that shoots the signal behind into this equipment room so that these devices can read it. That's the PS3 adapter that sends the signal to the PlayStation 3, and then the Xbox 360, both of which are spectacular media devices in their own right. They really are impressive. This is no joke. Like, these gaming systems do a lot more than gaming, which you will see shortly. And so for anybody who's interested in the way a separates-based home theater works as far as the audio and video processing goes, I'm just going to break it down really quickly. So all of the video sources go into this is called the processor, the AV processor. All of the sources go into this processor via HDMI. HDMI is a cable that allows the transfer of both high-def video and high-resolution audio through the single channel into the processor, which processes the signal. After this processes the signal, it then sends the information out to the amplifier, which is right here below it. This amplifier is what sends the audio signal to the speakers. So the speakers have to be connected directly. Well, okay. Hello. The speakers have to be connected directly to the amplifier. So if you want to trace it backwards, speakers to amplifier, amplifier to processor, and then processor to all the video sources around. So it's pretty much it's a 3-part system, and then yeah, once you get that basic thing, you can attach any type of gear to your system, But it's just important to know source, processor, amplifier. That's the hierarchy of it. Alright, so the theater screen. This is the Elite Screen Cinetention 2 model. I can control it with this. It's set up to macro. Every time I start an activity, it'll come down. Just to show you, it's very responsive. You can turn it on, you'll make it come down, or just turn it off. All through the remote. It's just you have a lot of control over it, and it also helps with aesthetics. Especially if you're in a multi-purpose room like this one. I mean, it's not always a theater. I have to live in it too. So, having a screen that's motorized and rolls up, it definitely helps with the aesthetics. That's a given. All right now I have the Apple TV up. I have it up because I want to show you the most important feature that it has. Yes, it streams Netflix. Yes, it streams your content from your computer via iTunes, but this is the most important thing right here. Okay, AirPlay. All right, so I have a movie up on my iPad right now, Inception. If I want it to play on the projection screen from the iPad, all I do, right here, I can start it playing. All I do is hit this button, select Apple TV, and it transfers to the Apple TV. It'll take a few seconds to load. And there we go. The picture's up, and now it's playing. I'm not joking. This technology is amazing. And the thing is, I can still control it from the iPad. So essentially, I can use the iPad to pause it, fast forward, rewind, or anything. But this is all from the iPad being streamed right now, which is pretty impressive, I think. So that's definitely the most pertinent feature of the Apple TV. Everything else, other devices do already, but no devices do this. I'm gonna do a real-time demo of activity switching using the Harmony 1100. So right now I have this up. I'm using it to control the Xbox 360. Right now I'm going to switch to Play PS3. Click on that, and so this will all be in real time. Alright, so now the PS3 is up. Say I wanted to switch to watch TV. Click on watch TV. It'll switch all the inputs in the back. Alright, now there goes TV. Control it.
And what you get is you put this in the freezer, and now you have a month.
So, alright, that works. Now say I wanted to watch a Blu-ray. I click watch a Blu-ray. Turns on the Apple BDP 93. And there you go. I think I have a disc in there. Let's see how long it takes to load. Alright, so now the Blu-ray is up. Now, say I wanted to check out the Apple TV. I would click on Apple TV. And it would take care of the switching. Alright, there we go. And now the Apple TV is up. Control it. Go where I need to go. If I need to watch TV shows, movies, doesn't matter. So yeah, those are the primary functions that involve video. There are a number of other functions programmed on here for audio, but this is just video. Alright, so how does the system sound with music? I'm going to show you. I'm going to play a piece called Adagio for Strings, Opus 11. It's actually by Samuel Barber. It's a beautiful piece, absolutely beautiful. This is performed by the Philadelphia Orchestra. Sonos. And they can go really loud if you need them to. Alright, so that's a quick sample of how they do classical music. They do a great job.